Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Perez and this is my Milestone 1 video for Project and Portfolio 4 at Full Sail University. And in this video I'm going to be going over the app I'm developing. It's called Skybound Dash. Before we hop in there, let's just go over my Trello board. So basically what I want to get done from Milestone 1 would be this area right here, and this all falls into this bigger objective. So I wanted to get the pipe spawning strength and the space between the pipes completely done and just over with, and then I wanted to get into this kind of stuff. So this week I was hoping to get collision detection, score detection, death and restart done, and wrap up the movements of the pipes, which was this stuff right here, which was what I was currently working on. And yeah, so that's my Trello board and what I wanted to get done for the week. Let's go ahead and get into the app. So actually, before we get into the app, I do want to touch on the topic of GitHub. So I had a really big issue with GitHub that was hindering a lot of progress, and it was initially getting my project up to GitHub, but eventually I figured that out. And once I did figure that out, I got the main base of my project uploaded to GitHub, which was just the pipe spawning and the bird jumping up and down, but it didn't have any collision detection. So you can like run the bird right through the pipes, and it wouldn't note like the game wouldn't notice anything. It'd just be like a free object. And yeah, so I tried to upload that to GitHub, and I had an issue for some reason. I don't know why, but I was able to eventually get that base, which is this commit right here, base, uploaded to GitHub with all the not with all, but with the base, like the features I wanted on there originally, and then what I could work off with. So then I added collision detection and score tracking to the game, and I had branched off the original branch, and I wanted to push these two commits to my repository. But I was having a huge issue, which is not actually, like now that I look back at it, it wasn't a huge issue at all. It was I was trying to push these two commits, and it was saying there was a file that was too large to upload to GitHub, which was like a 100 MB file, which I don't know why. But so I started trying to troubleshoot it. I tried to do I think it's called get LFS, get large files, I think LFS or something like that. And I also tried deleting and removing the file, and that neither of those options worked. So what I ended up doing was undoing. These are two individual commits. It was a score detection commit and a score tracking commit, and it was the back end of the work, which I'm gonna go over with you guys in a second. But I had ended up doing was undo both those commits, go in there and not make, but go in there and edit my git ignore file. Let's see it here. My git ignore. Let's see. And this was the file that was too large to upload to GitHub. Yeah, so once I put that into my git ignore, I uploaded both the work I had for both commits. It was still in my Visual Studio, so I just committed it into one commit, which is the collision detection and the score tracking, and just pushed it, and it was fine after that. And then I also got play button, game over, and score UI. So we'll go over both of these commits right now. Actually, now that we went over my GitHub issues, so I have two commits for the first week, which were supposed to be three, but I had an issue. And let's just go into it. So I'll show you what I have so far for the game. So far for the game, I have let's just load up. I'll talk to you while we play it. is odd, but okay. So for the game so far, I have score tracking and score UI. So it detects if you pass by this little area right here. And then I also have collision detection, and this is like a little death screen and a game over. And then this is like a play button. And yeah, so I'll play it one more time. Tracks the score. And then since last time I died, going up. Oh, there you go, you see? And you hit the play button, start all over again. So what I did for that, the play button, here I'll pull up the script for the play button. It's just a timer. Where's the game manager? It should be under. So here it is. It's just a timer, and it's like a pause we use. It's just a play button. We also use it for play button. I can just find the actual method, but yeah. So we just literally just stop time in the game, and that's all we really do for the play button. And yeah, here's the play button right here. So this is the play function or method, and here's your score, and we actually convert it to a string and display it in these little canvases. And it has like a little outline. That's the score. Let me see. We have it tracked. I'm gonna show you. I think I went over in another video, but I'll show you. Basically, if I can find the prefab for my pipes. Yeah. So we have a little object right here that it passes by, and then it counts. So every time it passes by this, I think it's should be like I forget what they call it. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's like a box collider. Let me see. Yeah, a box collider. Here we go. A box collider, and every time it passes by this, it counts, and it counts it, and it labels it as score, and then it passes it through a string, and it gets displayed as I showed you guys. And it's basically the whole process for the score. It's not that hard. And there was the play button. And what else can we go over? So collision detection is the same concept with the pipes. Just adding box colliders here. Just outlining them and then writing just a couple lines of text. Let's see. So a little bit more about the play at the end. I have here it's a loop that destroys all the pipes at the end, just to make sure when you're done the game, everything gets destroyed. And for that, I had to make an array of pipes, and that's what this is. And then yeah, here's the play button set active. There's a time scale. This is a player enable, true or false. Just enable the player. I think I touched a little bit on the last video somewhere in here, but I don't want to ramble too much on. So it's basically the once we went over score, it's the same concept with the collision detection on the pipes. So I did make this script game manager to manage all those functions. So all those functions are in this one script. There's play, there's pause, this is game over, this is how I handle game over, and this is every time the score increases, it converts the number into a string. And yeah, so game over sets the play button to true, pauses it, and game over set to active. It's not too complicated, but let me see if I can just show you. So that was collision detection and score tracking. That's the back end of it. Yeah, I think I went over. Oh, here's me referencing, declaring the functions: player, play button, game over, score text. And let me just show you for the UI what I did on the UI side. So typically on the UI side, I work inside the actual Unity app. not app, I mean the Unity IDE instead of the C script. And basically for that, I showed you this. That was for the pipes and score. Let me go back here. I was just messing around here with game over and setting it to native wrap, you know, the centering it, anchoring it to the top, so that when you play on like different devices, let's say if you pull it up on your computer, it'll center it to your computer. Pull it up on mobile, it should center it to your mobile. And we just did that with all the UI functions, like the play button, the score, and the game over. So this is actually cool right here. This is how the on click. So this is what I did was I made canvas, right? And when you go into canvas, you make a canvas, you can go ahead and come into here and there's a UI toolkit, right? Or UI tools, and you can add an image, add text. And so like the score is text, the game over is an image, and I forget what I was just in. I think I was just in the play button. Yeah, I was just in the play button, and you can make a button here. Yeah, you can make a button. And so what these are all, this is the game. Game over is an image, play button is a button, and score is text. And in here, you can actually go on the on click. You can drop. You're not supposed to drop your script. What I did was I dropped this. I dropped this game object. It's called a game object. And you can see here, as I was just talking about that. Here's a script for game manager, and all of these are the UI that you saw. So like the player, the play button, game over, and text. And I wrote in the script what it was supposed to do, and I just came in here, and once I did this after I wrote all the code, but once I had the UI finished, how I wanted it to look, let's say like I wanted it like this here with this kind of font and that size, all I had to do was come in here, and I made the canvas, and I added these game objects, I guess you can call it text. This is be an image, like I just said. I just went over this. I'm just rambling on, and you just drop it on into where's the play button? You drop it in here, right? And every time you click this button, you game manager. I look. So here are some of my methods. You can see play and pause. I can select play. I wanted to use that play method or function, whatever you want to say, and it should act as this. So that's pretty cool. So like that, this play button is this function right here. It's cool. And yeah, that's I'm trying to think what else I want to touch on. It's basically it. So when I first initially pushed my work, it was just the pipes and this bird flying through, and it had no collision detection. It had no collision detection, and it was kind of weird. It was kind of off. The speed was off, and there was other things that were off. But now, so far, we have collision detection, score tracking, and we have it UI. And actually, I'll show you something. While I was working on this, the way I would tested the collision detection before I had the UI, because like I said, I wrote the code before I made the UI. I used this little debug function, and I thought it was cool. If I can find it. Zoom player. Oh, I totally forgot to go over this. This is super important. So this is actually basically the collision detection for the pipes right here. Good thing I came back to this. So this is I labeled. So you see how this says scoring and tracking the tags? I tagged each of these. Let me see if it's in pipes. So look, this is labeled obstacles. So I went to these three, and I labeled top pipe and bottom pipe as obstacles. and I labeled this as scoring, and that's how it tracks it. So if it hits an obstacle, it counts it, and if it hits scoring, it counts it as scoring. And let me go back into the code. So if it hits an obstacle, find object of type GameManager.game over. So then it pulls up the game over function that we wrote. I just went over with you guys over here in Game Manager. So it'll do this. And if it goes to that middle collision box I showed you guys, it'll increase the score, which is cool. And then it'll do the function I went over with you guys, increase score. Add to score, convert it to string. And yeah, I wanted to go over something else with you guys that was in this function. I just forget, but that was super important. Well, I can't remember, so I think I was just going over the progress I made for the week. So we'll go over here. Yep. So I got the collision detection, score tracking, backend, and then this is all the UI. So on my Trello board, I basically got this was all done. That was with my initial push, and then this was this week. This was all done. So restart, death of player, score detection, collision detection. This was this, and then my bigger objectives is player death, score got settled. So high score, we got to think about that this week. Maybe I'll add a menu or something. Starting screen, I think I'm just gonna leave it how it is. I'm not sure. Still work in progress. But yep, that's so far my week 1 milestone that I want to share with you guys. Oh, I do want to go over some self-reflection. So I did get jammed up really bad at the beginning of this week with GitHub. That caused me to lose a lot of time and hinder a lot of progress. Both my main issues this week was GitHub was initially pushing that getting that branch. What I did was here I made a branch off of Origin called Game State and Scoring Branch. I'm gonna merge this onto Origin and be done with this branch after this video. I'm gonna start a new branch for the menu. That's gonna be working on for week 2 is the menu. But I had a serious issue with GitHub, and my time management was terrible this week. Also, I recently just started a new job, so I'm like trying to get used to the schedule and just trying to organize my life, I guess, the best way possible with school and work. And that's been really putting a damper on things, just trying to get my scheduling properly taken care of where I can manage school and work. But other than that, just GitHub giving me a run for my money. I'm using GitHub Desktop, by the way, to manage my commits and my pushes and stuff like that. But before I go, let's go over my repository. I can show you guys my repository. So yeah, this is play button, collision detection. Let's go. Oh. I don't know why my internet is taking forever right now. Yes, this is my main branch. And you can see this is base. We'll go here, game state and scoring. And yeah, we got 2 commits. I'm gonna merge this and be done with this branch because I think everything looked good to me. But other than that, next week I'm gonna try to fix my schedule and try to get a proper schedule, get a proper time schedule. And I also need to work on my Trello. I need to update my Trello, and hopefully my Trello can help me organize my time. But other than that, I think I got GitHub under control now. How to navigate through GitHub. So yeah, and that's basically it. Um, I know this is a really long video, but I need to get some stuff off my chest with this game because it's the first week. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.